Hello, sports fans, and welcome to episode number 9 of the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. We appreciate all y'all's support from that last video, all the new fans of the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. Leave us some name ideas for y'all in the comments. We're looking forward to coming up with a name for y'all as our fans continue to grow and show the love and support. If y'all missed Tuesday's night's episode of Tuesdays on the Edge, still got time to tune into that real quick before the weekend's over. But how we doing, guys?
Good. It's Thursday, one step closer to the weekend and game day.
To the weekend and all the football. I think there's gonna be some upsets this week. So
I hope.
we need it.
Washington. Yeah.
We need it. But
yeah, I mean that, like you said, it's a jam-packed weekend. It's a jam-packed episode. We got, as always, we're going to go over our little pick recap real quick here in a second, talk some Texas rundown with their matchup against Iowa State, and then everything else going on in NFL college football right now. There's a lot going on, a lot of things being said about certain players, certain teams. I know we talked a little bit about it on Tuesday, but we're going to just continue to grow on that. And then at the end, we got our special guest picker and interview. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see how the boys did this past weekend on our picks. How are we feeling after last weekend, guys?
Yeah. In real life, I didn't do too
good. Not bad on the picks though, as a unit on the college.
We're all right there, yeah.
Yeah, no, college was very solid.
500 there.
Very solid. I'll take the dub on college. No big deal.
First time ever.
First time ever, yeah. I was about to say.
Okay.
By one.
NFL, not too shabby. All around there as well. Not too bad. I mean, that NFL's been hard this year, man. I mean,
this might be our best weeks overall as a pod.
Did we all push the same game?
Yep. Well, yeah, that's how it works.
Well, it could have been 2 people on one and 2 on the other. I didn't know the exact thing there, buddy. Get no smart ass attitude with your little fake Louis Vuitton fucking jacket on.
Hey, this is good right here. Represent. Good.
Yeah, good. I do like it. It's pretty sweet.
Appreciate it. All right, and then the guest picker recap. Still, no one can get even close to up there recently, man. I mean, honestly, the guest pickers have been slacking. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we have one in each that's got double digits, just one. So hopefully Coach Creek will be joining us later, and hopefully he can kind of take that
any
down.
Of us hit double digits? I think Coop did one time.
I had.
We've
in college.
Yeah, I think we've hit 10 a couple times, but
or me and
I've hit 10. I've hit 10.
I know I have for sure.
We'll have to do the research on that
one. At the end, we'll count it all up at the end.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, stay tuned later for guest picker. Coach Creek's going to be joining us. He's also going to be interview. Y'all going to learn a little bit about more of his journey playing sports as a college athlete, and then also now coaching at the high school level. So stay tuned for that later on in the show, as well as Kobe's Locks. He's coming on in the second segment. He's got loaded picks this weekend, and he's going to be staying on a little bit longer with us because he said he's got some beef to pick with big boys. So stay tuned for that as well.
Bring it.
With that being said, we're going to go over to Coop. We got a little bit of Texas rundown with their matchup against Iowa State this weekend.
Well, it's not going to be as great as having Eric on here, but I'm going to do my best. Like Kate said, number 7 Texas comes into a pretty difficult road game against Iowa State. This Iowa State offense likes to get the ball out quick. You expect quick plays, quick passes, slants, comebacks, things like that. They have the shortest time to throw in the Big 12, so they get the ball out quickly, like I said. 62% of the passes come from under the sticks, meaning under 10 yards. Like I said, slants, quick outs, things like that. But the secondary cannot fall asleep because they do go over the top sometimes. So don't get caught sleeping when they're just throwing under you, and then long ball right above you. They got two solid receivers that help the explosiveness with a tight end set. So you got to keep the tight end, especially in the red zone. The run game is still an issue with them. Their O-line doesn't do a great job of protection the run or the pass on the run. They're 81st in yards per play on the run. So like I said, the D-line should have a freaking day, like we've seen in the past. But it's really going to come down to the secondary. The secondary is the biggest matchup. That leads me to my keys for the Texas defense. Secondary got to be physical. I want to see some more press. Give some time to the D-line to get to the quarterback. Don't let them get rid of it so quickly. So I want to see some good physical defense for Texas this week. That's what I have for the defense side of the ball.
Real quick, that's an ugly ass hat you got on, man. Ugly ass hat you got on. Go ahead.
It's a tech hat. Turn it around.
It's a tech hat. I'm rocking tech today. I'm rocking tech today.
Oh.
No, but
I feel betrayed.
That's all right. Hey, hit me up in about a week or so, and we'll see who I have winning that game. So, or who I'm cheering for.
I think I am worried about the crossing patterns. The crossing routes. I am worried about the slants, and I hope they. I mean, we've gotten burned by it a lot this year, and so hopefully PK is figuring it out. And I don't think that they're going to let our line take over, like you're saying, because they get it out so quick. I think they know that, and that also can mean jump a route and get a pick. So I'd like to see him more aggressive, like you said, because I'm not as worried about getting beat by the deep ball because our line and Burke and Sweat and, that offensive lineman talking his shit. And so I think they're going to be really pumped up, ready to go. Watch out for the screens and stuff like that. But I'm worried like I am every week. But I think our defense can pull this one out.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa State's Cooper will get to their offense. I mean, it's nothing special, man. I mean, their quarterback, young dude, he's gotten better as the years gone on. The defense needs to come out and ball, plain and simple, like they have been, but for all four quarters and not slacking. Sark mentioned that this week, be aggressive, stay tackling in the fourth quarter, and he even said play calling in the fourth quarter has not been very good. So took a little shot there at PK, which I like.
He kind of said a couple things there.
I like it. Hey, set some fire under PK's ass. Let PK go out there and try to prove him wrong. So I like that. If y'all missed Tuesday's episode, I mentioned how I had a bone to pick with some Texas football fans that just kill me whenever it comes to being pissed off about a 9-1. And nothing would make me feel more happy than Texas to come out and play a full 4-quarter football game this weekend and just pound it, no breaks, all gas, and just prove all these 9-1 haters. I've never seen so many haters on a 9-1 football team in my life, but we got some hate for it, talking about it on Tuesday. Coop went viral for saying everyone hates Texas. Everyone hates Texas because it's Texas.
They hate us because they ain't us, baby.
So, hey, it's a great weekend for them just to go out and prove some people wrong. I mean, whenever obviously playoffs are coming up and you win those next 2 games, everyone's starting to talk about how you played these not so good teams close, and this is a good weekend just to get it rolling.
It's going to be a little cold too. I heard earlier it's going to be right around freezing, so that ball's going to be a little harder, and so those hits are going to sting a little more.
Oh yeah.
Let Mr. Jaden Blue pound the rock. Let him pound the rock.
Let him run it.
He's going to get his fair share, but let them split carries 50-50. Let Blue break some. Blue's got more explosiveness.
He can break it for sure. That kid is fast.
Yeah.
I can flip over to this other side of the ball that makes them why they're dangerous here for a second. Let me get the defense on the Iowa State side. This is what makes them dangerous, especially on the road. They run that 3-high safety look that we've seen in the past. It's getting more popular in the Big 12, but they're really good at it. They have good coaches that have a good scheme for it, and they're good at it. So the 3-down linemen also hold their ground. They make good plays. You know, they have three down linemen making plays. It's pretty crazy. It gives the rest of the people to drop back into coverage and things like that. They got good players, but like I said, it all comes down to the coaching and the scheme that helps them the most. The secondary also does a good job with coming up and stopping the run. They don't get a lot of sacks. They're more worried about dropping back into coverage and helping their DBs out a little bit more. They're the third-ranked defense with picks per game. So they're making turnovers, they're causing turnovers, which in this game is going to be really big. I think if you win the turnover battle this game, I think you have a good chance of winning this football game. So that's a big key. You got to take care of the football. Quinn has to take care of the football. And here's the big thing. We obviously know Brooks is out. He's done. Torn ACL. Goodbye, Brooks. We'll see you next year, buddy. Who's going to step up at running back? You got to get the run game going. You got Baxter, you got Blue, you got people like that. Ray can get in there some. So someone has to step up. I want to see Sark still try to run the football. Even though Brooks is out, I still want him to get the run team going. Hopefully he draws something up for this week. So that's my main key for the offense is still get the run game going, even without Brooks being there.
I want Quinn to throw that rock at least 40 times. If he does not throw the ball 40 times come Saturday night, I'm actually going to be pissed off.
But like I said, like we've been saying, the run game opens up the passing game. The passing game opens up the run game.
Yeah, but we can't fucking run the ball. So, and when it doesn't
Why can't
matter.
they run the ball?
Why can't they run the ball?
Because the
We
O-line
ran the ball all season.
they're a bunch of pansies. No,
Oh,
they cannot.
come on,
They cannot. Bro, they cannot run the ball one time in the second half, or else that game would not even been close. The offense was terrible in the second half because they could not run the ball. Obviously, Quinn's still lingering with his shoulder, so he didn't pass as much. They still couldn't run the ball. And I saw it today, like, this offense needs to get to what it was against Bama, and that was 75%, 65% pass heavy with the other run. We passed the ball so much more in that Alabama game than we ran the ball, and that's what it needs to be like. Open up, let the pass open up the run because it needs to be the other way around for this team. And I think this weekend needs to be back to that Bama-style football where that pass opened up that ran against Bama. We're only able to run on Bama in that fourth quarter for 7 minutes because of how that pass was the whole game before that. And if you haven't noticed, we've not been able to run out the clock yet in the fourth quarter yet. So they need to get back to that.
I disagree with that. I think that Sark needs to get some run schemes going, and I think running the ball is the most important part of the game.
Well, against this 3-high,
and the 3-high too.
Run the ball, but their safeties are big and physical.
Yeah,
and they're going to come downhill and
they come down and make the play for sure.
They come down, and so one of the big things to me is they do need to take advantage of that and pass the ball. You know, because I think we're going to be a lot faster. Our receivers are a lot faster than their secondary. And I do believe we need to come out passing the ball too, but we got to have a run game in this because that 3-high and Quinn, how's his shoulder? And, you know, Quinn throws picks anyways sometimes, you know, he gets a little wild. So I'd like to see a lot of Jay Witt. I'd like to see a lot of Sanders. And then
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it with those last two guys because obviously with that 3-high, it's going to be open more over the middle of those slants because of that 3-high. So I look early in the game for him to kind of hit Sanders and Witt a couple times or Mitchell on some slants to kind of open up, bring those safeties in a little bit more to kind of stop that, and then let Mitchell and where you just have a day back there in the back end. That's what I'm looking for. But
And let's not run that slant the second play like we've done about 4 times this season and gets picked off like it did against Oklahoma. Let's go away from that real quick. I did like Sark the last week. One way he was beating it was putting 3 receivers to one side, like on that play where we basically won the game, and we did run the clock out there. So there's an example that
Where?
you said we
Where?
never did.
Last week.
yeah, with 2 minutes left, I'd hope you'd be able to. But and you didn't run the clock out from running the ball. You did it from throwing a pass to Adonai Mitchell on 3rd and 13. You couldn't do it.
But you
couldn't do it the drive
game
before
with
that.
the ball in your hands. That's all that matters.
Correct.
That's
But
all
I'm
that matters.
saying run the clock out, like run it like you did against Alabama. We have not done that since Alabama, because if they could have done that, TCU would have never scored to make it a 1-score game with 5 minutes to go, because you should just be able to run the clock out, just run it out. But they can't do that. And that's why I'm saying that the run goes away in that second half, and I think it's because the passing game needs to be there more. But we'll see. We'll see on that end. But looking across, we'll get back to these score predictions in a little bit, but looking across the rest of college football, big ruling today on James Madison, obviously top 25, undefeated, first year in Sun Belt. NCAA still ruled against them from not being able to play in their conference championship or a bowl game, which more than likely would be a New Year's Six. And, I listened to the Pat McAfee show today. Pat, if you somehow hear this, man, you just need to go into the NCAA yourself and just call them a bunch of pussies, because we know that's all you wanted to call them today. This is just a brutal ruling. I mean, just brutal. I mean, you can't have, like, they just transitioned themselves and wanted to play that schedule, so they should be able to go and play in their conference championship game, New Year's Six Bowl. Like, for these young teams like this and these smaller schools, like, these kind of seasons don't happen very often, and you can't take away a New Year's Six Bowl appearance from James Madison. Like,
Well, hey, they get a chance to prove it at game day this week. So I think they're going to go roll App State, prove a point.
I mean, do you think James Madison, though, like if they had to go up against a Washington or a Bama or us, do you think they would?
No,
I don't agree with the NCAA's ruling because it was brought in because of that. So you can't play like half a D1 AA schedule and then, not. So I get that, but I think they should be able to play. But still, if you think they can hang with Georgia or Alabama or something, I think you're nuts.
yeah, I don't think they can, but I still think they should go.
Yeah, for principle.
Yeah.
If they win out, they still got to win out too.
Yep.
No doubt. Which, I mean, they got those 2 more games, but it's like my thing is like the NCAA, they give you the option when you make that transition over if you want to play a full D1 schedule against your conference or not. And they said, yeah, let's do it. Like, so when they do that, I feel like everything else should go out the waters. They should be able to play in their conference championship game. I mean, they've rolled every single conference opponent in the Sun Belt. I feel bad for the damn Sun Belt now with them in there, but I just think the NCAA is, I mean, it was like with the North Carolina guy, like not letting him play. Yeah, I mean, it's NCAA. And 2, sticking with the NCAA and kind of more the Big Ten side, Harbaugh came out today. He tried fighting it, but he accepted his 3-game suspension, which is now obviously 2 games left. People were kind of shocked by it. They were thinking he was going to fold for this game and then just fight to be able to coach that Ohio State game, but he's now sidelined for that Ohio State game as well. So
there's still no proof that he's tied to it, though, right? Like nothing has came out that I've heard.
Yeah,
that
which
is tied to it.
Correct. That's why it was only like the 3 games. Like, it can get much worse for him and the team and the school, but because it's the Big Ten that suspended him, not even NCAA. So it can get much worse. They did it just as a little precautionary thing, like slap on the wrist. You better hope your name doesn't really come out with all this kind of stuff, which we'll see.
A bunch of baloney.
You think he's texting the coach like from this? You think he's texting somebody down there? He's watching.
Yeah, I'm sure. But do you think truly how much of an impact will that be in the Ohio State game with him not coaching?
I think against Ohio State, it can be big. I do, because that's a game where there could be some coaching decisions that really, I mean, I think the players are going to come to play for real. And so, players outweigh the coach to me in college. But there might be a timeout that's not taken correctly or something, I mean, Harbaugh's a great coach. He's done it in the pros and in college. So
Now, can he still work with them at practice and
he
stuff?
does all week and all that stuff. So he's part of the game plan and
So
part
he
of
still
it.
does the game plan. He still
Yeah.
does all that. He
Oh
just
yeah,
can't be there.
He just can't
for
be
game
on
day.
the
Yep.
yeah.
You can coach during practice.
I mean,
in the
I think
meetings,
it
all
affects
that.
it, but I think they still come out ready to play.
Yeah, I don't, unless it's a dumb decision made on a
Yeah.
timeout or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that,
Listen, real quick, Thursday night action, which we'll talk about later. I got a big bet on the line for the first touchdown of this game, and it's not going to hit because Lamar Jackson did not score. He tossed it, so never mind. Damn it. Damn, Gus Edwards scores the first touchdown to take the lead. Had Lamar Jackson to score the first touchdown plus 800 running. They're on the 2-yard line. Did not happen. Sad day. Sad day. But with that being said, sticking.
7-0? Is it 7-0?
Yeah, that was the first drive. But sticking with the still in the NCAA, like you said, some big games this weekend. A couple big ranked games, but a couple games in other conferences that maybe not so like rank to rank opponents, but have a big outcome on the future of the conference standings. But none other than starts in the ACC with Miami versus Louisville. Obviously, we'll talk about it later with our picks. That line is down. We had it at 1. It's now down to a pick 'em, which is just crazy that number 10 Louisville is in a pick 'em. I know it's at Miami, but I mean, what are our thoughts on that? I mean, that's kind of a game that for UT fans, you kind of need Louisville to win so they can make the ACC championship and try to beat Florida State. So it's a big weekend.
Yeah, like you said, the line is weird. They know something in Vegas, so I don't expect that game to be far shot either way. I think that game's close for sure.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know. Miami didn't look too good against Florida State. So if we're putting that up against Louisville and what could happen, like that didn't look too good. I know you can't really judge it like that, but that is a weird line. And is anybody out for Louisville that we know of? Or
No, I mean, there's not been.
I guess they know something behind the scenes. I don't know. I don't know why it's
so somebody got their girlfriend pregnant.
Starting quarterback gone.
Yeah, right.
But sticking to now the Big 12, obviously big games this weekend. Not only Texas, Iowa State. You got some other teams that need some wins, but it starts none other than with the 2 Kansas schools. Jalen Daniels announced today he's coming back for next season. Doubt he probably plays in any more games this year, but he's coming back again. I'm glad Texas won't be playing him next year. But Kansas versus Kansas State, what are our thoughts on that and kind of what that can do for the Big 12 standings?
I like K-State in that game. I don't think Kansas is as strong as they were. And, the second string quarterback got knocked out last game. Is he even going to be ready to go, 100%? I think Kansas State's pretty strong. I think they're a good team, and I think they'll win. I think they'll roll, actually.
Well, in games like that, I think home field is a big deal. Kansas has home field this week, and I'm gonna roll with the Jayhawks. I think the Jayhawks get it done, which is gonna freaking make the Big 12 even more crazier than what it already is with who gets in the championship and who doesn't. But I think it's gonna get even crazier. So that's why I'm gonna go with the Jayhawks.
Why UT doesn't need to worry about any of that. Just go
Just
win.
go and win. Just go
win.
And
Yeah, I mean, because
eighth place tie for fucking first and
no
second.
matter what, if they win these next 2 games, they're in. No matter what.
No,
cares what everyone
if
else does? They're in.
no. If they would just win this game, they're in. It doesn't matter if they lose to Tech, they're in. If they win this weekend,
Okay,
they're
but
in.
take that back. I need them to win against Tech, though, too.
We
Well,
got to be 10.
and and it's also that it kind of helps that the college, like if you lose that game, like you might as well say goodbye to the college football playoff
Yeah,
talk.
you still
So
have a shot. Yeah.
I mean that still
I
kind of leaves
still,
you that.
I still, I don't know. Hopefully they can make it. I am not worried about the college playoff whatsoever. Just win the Big 12. And if they do that, then they might have a shot. But all this, man, I mean, would you really think that if Sark give Sark 3 weeks like he gets, now I feel a little better. But if they had to play Georgia or Bama again, or Michigan or Ohio State tomorrow, no,
I
I
mean,
wouldn't have.
tomorrow. I mean, I agree with you there, but even for like the Big 12 championship game, give Sark an extra week to plan for that too. I mean,
Yeah.
and who knows? Like if the cards fall the right way, the right teams lose, Texas comes out in the Big 12 championship game and just lights it up like they did against Bama because they have that extra prep and they just get hot. I mean, put them in as that four.
I'm
And
waiting for Quinn to get hot. I'm waiting for that game where he's, just on fire. And hopefully we can start it here with Iowa State. But
Well, we've been talking about it, and we talked about it a lot last week with Eric, and it's about playing 4 quarters of football, a full 4 quarters of football. I think, in my opinion, on paper, with my own eyes, if Texas plays all 4 quarters of the football game, they're the best team in the nation, and there's facts behind that. That's not an opinion. There's are facts behind that statement. But the problem is they haven't played a 4 quarter game since Alabama. So that's what.
Well, I mean, I think if they do that, even still count the loss against OU, whatever. But even in all their wins would be by at least 10 points, 14 points, 10 points at least. Like there's no bullshitting around with these one-score games in the last minute. Like you still have that loss against OU, whatever, but every other single win would be.
And at this point in the season, you are who you are, and hopefully they can, it click. But 10 games in, you kind of are who you are.
Exactly. I mean, and that's my point from Tuesday's episode was like, this is how they are. They keep figuring out ways to win with doing that. Like you can't complain. Like at the end of the day, you're still winning a football game. It's hard to come by and win games. Obviously, as Texas fans have seen the last 10 years. So you can't. You cannot bitch and moan and complain when you get a win. Obviously, yes, it's maybe an ugly win, but it's the fact that they're still finding ways to pull out and win. Yes, get lucky here and there, but every team is going to have those lucky breaks throughout the season. And just Texas has had a couple of those this year. And the last couple of years, I guarantee you, Texas, the team with you throw in the stuff that's happened to them this year, Texas has at least 3 losses this year, at least. So, I mean, we'll see. But
that's one thing about this Texas team is for the first time in a long time, you can say this is a tough team, physically and mentally. Physically and mentally, they are a tough team. Now, I agree the offensive line can push people around a little more and get those yardage. And, they're not showing it in the red zone. So maybe I'm wrong about the physical part, but they find ways to win.
No doubt. And coming up here in about 5-10 minutes or so, Kobe will be joining us for his locks of the weekend. I know he's going to have some talk about this Iowa State Texas game. I saw his picks earlier, so he's going to have some talk about that as well. But sticking for one more NCAA game this weekend, obviously, this kind of goes to Texas. Like, take care of your own business. Step one. Step two. There's a lot of Oregon State fans this weekend, and that's a big matchup up in Oregon State against Oregon State versus Washington. That Oregon State is favored against Washington. I know if you've watched any of the earlier podcasts, I was very high on Washington before anybody else, but I would love for the Oregon State to cause the havoc in the Pac-12, like I've been talking about. I mean, they got the perfect opportunity: beat Washington this weekend, beat Oregon next weekend. I mean, can you imagine if they pull that out?
Yeah.
I don't know if they get both, but I think they may get this one this week. This week's gonna be closer than what people think. Especially with that line you said, Vegas knows something. There's no way in hell Oregon State should be favored against Washington, right? I don't care if you're at home or whatever, but they know something. It's going to be closer game than what people think it's going to be. So, and hey,
Yeah,
No doubt.
see if they shake some
I'm
things up.
rooting Oregon State, but we'll see. Oregon State's good, man. I like their coach too.
Yep.
Well, speaking of that, that's some top matchups, top ranked teams. Real quick, has your personal rankings going into this week? What do they look like compared to last week? What kind of changes we got, Coop?
At 10, I have Penn State. I'm still a huge fan of their defense. I think other than you take Ohio State and Michigan offenses out, they go up against any other offense pretty much, and I think they do a good job. I like their defense. I'm going Penn State at 10. At number 9, I have Oregon State. I like how they're playing football. They have a chance to beat Washington this week. At number 8, I got Alabama. They're looking good. I still can't push them over Texas because Texas hasn't lost. Texas has the one-on-one matchup against them, which brings me to number 7. I got Texas. Number 6, I got Oregon. Number 5, I got Florida State. Number 4, I got Washington, which they very well may lose this week. I got 3, Ohio State. Georgia's looking better, not better than Michigan. I got Georgia at number 2, and I still got Michigan at number 1.
I got number 10, I got Missouri. Number 9, Oregon State. 8, still got Texas there. 7, Oregon. 6, Alabama. 5, FSU. 4, Washington. 3, OSU. 2, Michigan. And the Dogs number 1.
Okay. I like that. I like that little mix up you got there. It's a little different than everybody else. That's always key for big boy, you know.
Keep
But
you on your toes.
I got kind of a similar thing. I got Oregon State at 10. I like Missouri at 9. This is the only one though, it's a little different. And because they're gonna lose this weekend, and it's gonna be Washington number 8, Alabama number 7, Texas still at 6, Oregon 5, Florida State 4. I got Michigan at 3, Ohio State at 2, and Georgia at 1.
Wow.
Pushing Washington at 8?
Man,
Yeah.
I just think
freaking
listen, I would
unbeaten Washington at 8?
Listen, I was the highest on them at the start of the season, and I brought up the Penix hype. And, you know, if they had the national attention like UT did, Washington, they've not been finishing in those games either, man, against these teams. And I think it's about to catch them in the ass this weekend against Oregon State and against Oregon again in the Pac-12 championship. So they're not winning the Pac-12 anymore.
But you say that, but then you have Texas at what, 5 or 6?
6
Yeah,
still.
what game has Texas finished out?
You just talk shit about them for 10 minutes, and now
they're still number 6 because number 6 because if they still, like I said last week, if they played, Texas would beat Washington. So point blank. Alabama jumped Washington. Alabama would beat Washington as well. So
would Alabama beat Texas tomorrow?
No, not with Quinn back. Quinn just knows how to play against Bama, and you can't tell me any different. Sark knows how to draw it up against them. The defense knows how to play against them. Like those dudes, I don't care how they've been playing with that team. They just flip it on for that game. And if they played again,
they do show up for big games. Now let's hope they can show up for Iowa State. Hopefully that guy talking shit, like I said, will get them a fire in their ass, and they'll go out here and just dominate. We won't have to worry about it.
No doubt. I mean, that's speaking of that. I mean, that's quite the guy, their left guard or right guard, to be talking shit when you're about to
You have
face
to.
the best two defensive tackles in the nation.
Well, hey man, they might have a scheme over there where their coach has been talking that shit all week too, and that bleeds into you. You believe it, and so he just, he said it. So we'll see,
Yep,
man.
no doubt. But that is the all things college football right here on the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. New episode this Friday, noon. Tune in to last week's Tuesdays on the Edge new
I was about to
segment.
say, go back and watch on the Tuesday's episode. It's just us talking up here talking crap about everything. So it's
about
pretty good.
about who's falling off that edge next.
It's fun. It was fun.
With that being said, we're going to be bringing on Kobe in these next couple minutes for his locks of the weekend. We're ready for him, so we're going to be bringing him on right now. All right, Kobe, not joining us quite yet. A couple more minutes still, but we're going to throw it right over to Big Boy for locks. Not locks in the NFL, Longhorns in the NFL. Who shined last week, Big Boy? Tell us who shined.
Deontay Foreman, he did good again. He had 21 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown, and 2 receptions for 12 yards. Deontay's looking pretty good. Malcolm Roach, again, 5 tackles, 3 solo, 1 pass defended. Bijan, they finally gave him the ball a little. 22 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown. 1 reception for 11. And here's a little trick one. Jeff Swain. He didn't have the greatest stats, but he's starting. And who would ever thought Jeff Swain would be starting in the NFL for the Cardinals? 2 receptions, 13 yards. But again, that's cool, man. Because even when he was at UT, he might have had 2 receptions his whole career at UT. And my man Jordan Hicks, 7 tackles, 1 for loss, but got injured. He's out for the season. Salute to you. It hurts. You're having a great year, man. Get better and come back next year, man. We're rooting for you.
That was a sad day, I know, for you. Jordan Hicks has been
your boy.
He's been balling, man. He's been in the league for a long time now, too. I mean, I guarantee you, some Texas guys don't even know who Jordan Hicks was when he played. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a.
Remember coming out of high school, he was like a 5-star. He was the truth coming out, and then at UT, he was, was hit and miss and really didn't excel 100%. But then when he got to the league, man, he stuck.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Well, with that being said, Big Boys, Longhorns in the NFL, we're going to jump right over to our picks heading into this week. Just like how we kind of showed you all the last couple times. I'm just going to throw up the picks and give you a lock or two and see if you follow them. Good luck if you do. If you don't, I don't blame you. But we'll start off with college first. Here's the picks for this weekend from the trio. Coop, I'm not going to lie. Whenever I got your picks earlier and I was putting them in after mine, I was a little scared we were going to have every single one of the same pick because we do up until the Clemson and then Kansas and Florida and South Carolina.
Yeah,
I was a little nervous, but go ahead, Coop. Give us your 2 locks.
My 2 locks is it's funny. I'm going to lock Clemson as one of my locks. Listen, whenever you have a team that's ranked and the team that's unranked is giving them points, you better be careful. I'm going to go lock Clemson this week. I got one more. I'm going to lock Oregon State. I like how they're playing football. I think they get it done this week. 2 locks there.
All right, I got 1 lock. I got Utah +1. That's my lock.
Okay. You like the Utes over who they got? Who are they playing?
They got Arizona.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a ranked Pac-12 team. Not used to saying
they're number 17. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
I like that.
I like I got 2 locks, same game. I'm gonna jump. I'm sure this will probably be the first week it doesn't happen, but I'm gonna jump on the Hawkeyes. I like the Hawkeyes minus the points, and then also their under. We're gonna join the under train, and I sure hope it does not stop now just because I joined it. But I got a little parlay with just those two, so we'll hope that hits. But that's the college pick. Rolling right over NFL weekend. Some pretty good games this weekend. We're all kind of spread out on these as well. Coop, who you got?
I got one for you. Listen, CJ Stroud, the Texans are freaking rolling. They're rolling. That's my lock. Bang it on the Texans.
I got Tampa Bay plus 11.5. That's a lot of points.
I like
And
that
I
pick
think
too.
they're playing good enough to keep it close with
Look,
San
big
Fran.
boy, like you see, me and you both picked Tampa Bay right there. I like that pick.
Yeah, I like that. That's a lot of points, man.
Well, breaking news right now. I see we all picked the Bengals. They are losing, but Lamar Jackson just threw a pick and went into the medical tent right after. So he got absolutely destroyed. So the Bengals picks
Like
may be
upper
looking
body,
good.
like he got smacked, or it's not his knee or anything, is it?
I didn't see what he heard. I just happened to look up and I saw him walking into the medical tent after he threw a pick, and he's
Well,
still
at
in
least
there
he was
right.
walking. So
He's still in there right now, but we'll see. That's good for our picks. Not so good for my parlay bet I got tonight because I got his over rushing yards, so we're gonna need that. But back to my lock. I'm gonna stick with the Raiders. I mean, that line's big. I'm sold on that coach and those players playing for him. And Devontae Adams spoke today about his connection with that new QB and how it's really taken off. But I think they're going to keep that close. And then 2, the Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs. Listen, the Chiefs are about to ball because Travis Kelce's going to ball. He is a big fandom coming to that game. I don't know if y'all have heard, but Taylor Swift on her international tour right now. She's flying in that same day after she performs in Brazil. But her parents are also joining her, and they're sitting in the same suite with Kelsey's parents. So it's a family. It's it's a new
Christ.
It's a family reunion up there. So
I know he got about 6 more commercials now. He ain't doing bullshit commercials. He got
and then their Christmas thing was like #1 on iTunes this past
they
year.
have a Christmas album?
no,
Yeah, no, well, the Kelsey brothers.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that the Eagles did last year. But
yeah.
But this year Travis did a song with Jason.
With Jason. And
brothers.
it was like #1 on iTunes.
It's honestly I can't tell like who's who during the song. Like it was actually not that bad. I can't tell who's who though.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, if you believe in conspiracies and stuff like that, boy, that dude might sold his soul. But who knows? Who cares?
Making that freaking dough.
That's a different podcast. We'll do that some other time.
Well, while we still wait for Kobe to join us, let's just jump in. We kind of just mentioned that Raiders Miami game. Obviously, me and Big Boy we're on the Raiders. Coop on Miami. How are you really feeling about the Raiders, Big Boy? Do you think it's something that they can keep up?
I don't know. I don't know about all season. I think that kind of wears off. I do like Pierce. I think he's an ex-player. He was a dog. So, the guys are going to play for him. The thing about Miami is they usually do beat up on bad teams. But the Raiders are a tough team. And I think, Miami hadn't beat any real good teals. So we're gonna find out. I don't consider the Raiders a real good team.
Good thing the Raiders aren't a real good team, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't consider them a real good, but I do think their defense is good enough to hold. I don't think they'll, what is it, 11.5 or 14? What is it?
That's a lot. It's a lot.
13.5. I just think they can keep it closer than that. And that that undercover cop that they got playing quarterback, they seem to like him, you know.
Oh
He
yeah.
looks like
Oh.
from Super Troopers.
Hey,
I-
those are always the quarterbacks that just come in and ball, man. I mean,
Yeah, but that ends too. Just like it's gonna end with
Oh, this is the
the
third time you saying that. We'll see how that works out.
if y'all missed Tuesday's episode on the edge, Big Boy said that Dobbs is the next guy for him on the edge.
he proved me wrong last week though, so he's doing it to spite me.
And he has JJ back, so that's another threat.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. And it looks like Lamar's out of the tent, kind of walking a little gimpish. It was his leg. He's doing some high knees. He looks like he'll be all right. But also, I just got Mark Andrews got hurt in that game as well, and they're both by the same guy on defense tackling them.
Oh,
Same
wow.
guy
Really?
hurt two guys on the Ravens. But with that being said, another NFL game that we talked about a lot last week. We talked a ton on Tuesdays on the edge is the Bills and the Jets. Jets still sticking with Zach Wilson, despite not being able to score a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers still back in the OC. What are we thinking with the Jets and the Bills? Is this a game where if the Bills lose this game, is Buffalo done? Is Buffalo going to burn down if they lose to the New York Jets and Zach Wilson?
If they lose to the Jets, that's not a good deal because they need to go out here and smoke the Jets, and I think they should. I mean,
It's hard to do when you turn the ball over, though.
Yeah,
It's hard.
yeah.
I don't care who you're playing. If you're playing in the NFL and you turn the ball over, it's hard to win. Like it's still the NFL, you know. Like guys are still good. So if you turn the ball over, there's a chance. There's a chance.
And the Jets defense is good.
They're good. They're good.
Very good. So just Zach Wilson. I mean,
oh, he's awful.
The Cougar Hunter. He
the Cougar Hunter.
He ain't it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned it on Tuesdays on the edge. With people really need to start, and I'll mention it again, but they need to start treating Josh Allen like they did Dak Prescott during all his little interception struggles and offensive struggles. Like at some point, like you got to start putting the blame on the QB. I don't care how good he's been. Not saying like it's gonna be like this for the rest of his career, but this season is just not one of his. And at some point, you can't just keep pointing the fingers at everybody else. This is the person throwing the ball, handing the football off, if he can even hand it off before he fumbles it. So we'll see. I mean, the Jets. That is the thing. The Jets defense is good enough to be able to try and keep the game close with how bad the Bills have been playing. So I mean, it's definitely a pound the under type game. I feel like whatever that line is, need to look into that later, but we'll see.
Well, and one thing about the Jets, there's a little. Oh, here we go. Ryan Tannehill asked for his release too.
I saw that. Yeah.
So Minnesota, maybe, you know.
Yeah. How are we doing, Coach?
We can't hear you, Coach.
Jesus Christ.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. What's up, boys?
How you
Wearing
doing,
that
Coach?
Nirvana hat. I like
Hey,
that.
man.
I like Nirvana.
Technical difficulties. Okay, technical difficulties. I'm doing this on my phone. Okay, man. I'm getting paid from our podcast slowly, so I'm trying to save up for a laptop.
You getting paid? Hold on, man. I need to talk to Kate here. What's going on?
You're not getting paid, Ryan?
Man, this shit's costing me money, man. What are you talking about?
We're actually spending more money.
Hey, we're almost at that 100 subscriber mark, so maybe we'll get to that point in a couple years from now, but we'll see. But
yes, sir.
We got you on a little early. We're gonna bang out these Kobe's locks of the weekend, but then we're gonna let you stay in for a little bit longer tonight and talk some NFL ball. talk to them, of course, your Houston
Love it.
Texans, and kind of
Love
whatever
it.
else your thoughts are with stuff going on in the NFL currently.
Sounds great.
Herb,
right.
I don't know if you've seen some of the lines, man. Some of the lines are freaking sketchy, man.
Dude, I think this is that week where every game is going to be really high scoring. There's going to be lots of shootouts. Watch, because all the over unders are high.
Yeah.
All of them. It's weird.
And
And
all
then you
season,
have like
they've been low. The unders have been hitting all season. That
Exactly.
is, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like one of the lowest scoring seasons ever.
I might parlay every over and just see what happens, dude. Every single over.
ugh, that's funny. And then you have like a team like Oregon State favored over Washington, you know, like why? It's weird.
I'll take state. I'll take state there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hope they do win.
Same.
All right. While I'm working on,
Yeah, well, what's going on, man? Get these picks up. Come
I'm
on.
working on getting his picks up real quick. We're having some
This is like
difficulties.
a second-rate fucking operation we got going here, man. Kobe's 30 minutes late. What are we doing?
How is this
What about my
podcast,
Cowboys, though, huh?
guys? Huh?
What about my Cowboys?
Hey, dude, I was the one that told you.
No,
You're the
I
ones- you know-
never blinked an eye. I told you that they would.
You said you were done being a fan.
No,
I've
but
been
Big Boy did say off air that the Cowboys would whoop the Texans' ass if they played tomorrow.
100%.
Oh man, Ryan, don't get that one started there, dude. Please. I mean, we just smacked the Bengals, so
You did. That
smack
was
the
impressive.
Bengals. Smack the Bengals around. Y'all are a good team, but I'll say it again. Best case scenario for the Cowboys, y'all make the playoffs, yes, but y'all aren't doing shit in the playoffs. So y'all are gonna get smoked either in the wild card or the week after, and y'all's head coach is gone. Best case.
That's fine with me. Get rid of McCoy.
Don't fuck around and get to the championship game or the Super Bowl because that head coach is staying for a long fucking time then.
I hope not. I don't like McCarthy, man.
He sucks, dude. Play calling sucks. How, dude?
Finally going into CeeDee Lamb now.
I drafted Tony Pollard in round 2.
Oh,
All offseason.
He hasn't scored a touchdown, I don't think.
All offseason, dude.
He's still coming off surgery. He'll be okay.
Sleeper of the year, sleeper pick, right? I felt so smart. I drafted him so high. This dude fucking sucks.
Hasn't scored like a touchdown all year. I'm not even kidding.
Since week 1.
Still coming back from injury. Leave him alone.
But I will say this. Tony Pollard props this week because they're playing the Panthers, and the Panthers can't stop the run to save their lives. Prop him up. He's scoring twice. Watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch.
All right.
Get to your bullshit fucking bets. It ain't gonna come through. Let's go ahead and get on that.
What you got for us this week?
Man, I love the Browns here, dude. Deshaun Watson's hurt. I don't think that matters. I mean, last week against the Ravens was the first time in the last 2 years that he's been there that he's actually looked okay. He played pretty good in that game, man. I was shocked. He's out for the year. Hot take. We might not ever see him play for the Browns again. Watch, because he's a bitch, and I wouldn't be surprised, dude, if he retires or something, because there's just some weird shit going on there with him getting hurt all the time.
Too much money, man.
All this weird stuff. Yeah, dude, I would just retire if I were him. I wouldn't ever play again, and I'd be happy. I don't care.
I truly do believe, though, that all this is karma. There you go. That's what you get.
Dude. I mean, it's not a coincidence. As soon as he goes to a better team than the team he was on, he plays worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw this thing. It said in 2 years of him being on the Browns, he's got less yards, touchdowns, and more picks than Stroud has in what fucking 8 games or something. So
Yeah.
we clearly stole that one there. But
And
yeah,
the
dude.
pick that y'all still have is the one with them, right?
Yep.
So the
Yes, sir.
worse they do, the higher pick y'all get.
Exactly. I'm thinking that pick's gonna be around, 13 to
17.
16. Yeah. I don't see it being too low, and I don't see it being too high. But
You got them winning this week, so
for which sucks, man. But I just don't think the Steelers are good, dude. I
they
say it
just
all the time.
win. They just all they do is win and pull it out.
I don't understand
That's
it
what they
though. I
do.
mean, I guess it's their defense because they do have a good defense, and I
Got a good
mean,
coach.
Great.
yeah,
Hey,
he's a
I mean, they're slowly starting to figure out their running game at least. I mean, the last 2 games they've run for over 200 yards. So I mean, if they can keep figuring that out, which obviously against the Browns D is going to be hard to come by, but if they
although
can
hey, whoa,
they can
whoa,
run on
hold
them.
on. I've got a little tidbit there. You think it'll be hard against the Browns? If you look into all the metrics and all that, the Browns' run defense really has not been playing that good, man. And you can throw on the Browns too. So,
So why are you picking them?
um, just the spot here, dude. They only +1, and it's at Pittsburgh. I believe it's
No,
at
it's at
Pittsburgh.
the Browns, isn't it?
Oh man, no.
No, it's at Steelers.
Oh, well, you
No,
have it
it's
on the sheet then.
no,
Rowdy.
it's at Cleveland.
Well, you see, I knew I was right.
It's
Yeah, it's at Cleveland. That's what it said.
yeah, at Cleveland. I don't know, man. Home dog +1. I just don't think
So
the Steelers
basically, put
are
your
good.
money on the Steelers because everything you just said basically said Steelers are getting it. So thanks,
No,
man. I got
I,
something.
I mean, home dog +1. Rookie quarterback who's making his second start, and if you check his first start out, it was awful. So why would they only be +1?
Yeah, it's
I
true.
think they know Pittsburgh sucks ass, and I think the Browns smoke them here. And I don't think that quarterback's that bad. I'm just saying. I think
Yeah,
he touched on the spot. I'm just saying.
yeah.
This next one, man, is my play of the week. I love this. You got A-Chan. He's coming back for the Dolphins, coming back for my fantasy team. He's going to lead the way. Oh, man, I'm so excited to see him play, dude. He's freaking averaging like 12 and
So
a half
bad.
a carry or something.
Yeah, he's so good.
All this talk about the Raiders and Pierce, new coach, all the new culture, blah, and they're 13.5-point dogs. This is the game Miami goes off on freaking offense. Watch. It'll be a blowout, dude. I don't see the Raiders coming close here. I love this pick. Giants, I also love this pick. That's just way too many points, man. I don't see the Giants winning. I could see it happening, but I just doubt it. But +9 against the Commanders is way too many points, man. Because I'm not saying the Commanders aren't scrappy. I honestly like them. They could sneak in the playoffs, but in terms of +9, no, dude. I'll take the Giants in that one all day. Even though they're down to QB3. So and then
Then
for he's terrible too, man. God. And then for my wait a minute. I got a story. I told this to Cooper and Cade, man, but I didn't tell this to you, Ryan. This right here shows I'm the most unlucky person of all time. Like shit like this happens to me all the time, dude. So I think it was 2 weeks ago. I did a 8-teamer. I want to say I was at the Texans game. So yeah, it was 2 weeks ago maybe. And man, I was hitting on all these freaking bets. I had Texans to win. I had like 3 or 4 plus, like all this crazy shit, right? Came down to the last game. I had 7 out of 8. I needed the Giants to win, bro, and beat the freaking Raiders, right? Daniel Jones tears a fucking ACL, and this kid, he comes in. Dude, I've never seen a quarterback play so bad. I've never seen a quarterback play that bad. A professional. It's like he knew that I was gonna win $1,500, and he said, "Nope, here." He just threw the fucking ball away. He sucks. Giants suck. He sucks. Giants suck. But I have them +9. They might win that game. Last pick. I like the Broncos here a lot, dude. They're
hot. They've been hot. I said
Russ
they've
is
been hot.
cooking.
They're hot, but so is Minnesota, dude. Who's won 5 straight now?
Dobbs, baby.
Josh Dobbs. Shit, if I was Minnesota, I would maybe still draft a quarterback a little later. But
Justin Jefferson's coming back too for him too.
Exactly, dude. Josh Dobbs might be him there, but I just like this line a lot, dude. Broncos are coming off of 2 or 3 pretty big wins, right? It was like the Chiefs, right? No, not the Chiefs.
Yeah, it was Bills. It was Chiefs and Bills.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 of the top 3 or 4 teams maybe, and the Broncos are beating them after all. See, man,
Chiefs are overrated this year, man. They ain't looking so fucking good.
I agree completely, but that's why I love pro football, dude. This is the same team that the Dolphins scored 70 on, and now a few weeks later they come and they beat the shit out of the Chiefs and the Bills in back-to-back games. That's why I love pro football, dude. Shit like that.
Yeah.
All these dudes are good. All these dudes are pros. You can never count. That's why games like Miami -13, that shit to me, it shouldn't be that big, but that's why I love that pick, dude. But yeah, here I'm taking the Broncos, man. Like them, let Russ cook.
Let them cook. All right, now on to your 4 locks at the college level. We got some interesting ones here.
So interesting, but don't forget, boys, college last week I went 5-0. So maybe this is the week for college. I'm here. Starting it off, give me the Hurricanes in a pick'em. How is Miami in a pick'em in this game? How? Because they're gonna win. Because they're gonna win.
They know something, Cobb. Just like we've always said, they know something.
I'm telling you, anytime something's like this, they know something. Someone's hurt, a QB's hurt, a QB's ex-girlfriend fucking went crazy.
Baby.
That's what I said. Exactly. Somebody's pregnant.
Dude. Something.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Hurricanes there. I think the Hurricanes are actually pretty good. People always kind of shit on them, and they shit on that head coach there. But
I like Cristobal, man. Cristobal's good. I like him.
Me too. I like the Hurricanes, especially this week. Houston +7. I saw this game for a little while, man, and at first I was leaning Oklahoma State at first because they're just a better team. I don't think Houston's that good, which it's like, why would you bet on a team that you don't think is that good? Because they're at home. And honestly, Houston's home games, I know it sounds dumb, Houston's home games get freaking scrappy, dude. Loud. It's a pretty loud atmosphere. OK State's been playing good, but they're not like it. Of the Big 12 teams, I would put OK State like maybe number 3 or 4, but Houston's not too far behind them, man. I think Houston wins that one outright. I got Cyclones. That's what you were talking about. Interesting there, Cade, huh?
Of course.
Y'all just there's a difference in good teams and great teams. Y'all aren't a great team because every time y'all have to play a team like State, y'all shit the bed. In this game, don't. I'm not even joking. I'm not hating. Don't be surprised if Iowa State wins. I'm not fucking around because y'all always do this. Y'all almost did this against Wyoming to start the year. Won't forget that one. Y'all suck when it comes. Y'all play good in the big games, but in the games you're supposed to win, you kind of let off a little bit, man. So I'm taking Cyclone. Maybe might sprinkle the money line. Honestly, I might sprinkle it some.
Sprinkle your dumb ass back to the fucking house. We're gonna fucking smoke them boys. Fuck Iowa State.
Hey, State scrappy. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
they are. They're a good team, and you know what you're saying is what you say every single game about UT. Every single one.
And then every game it's the
And they've
same
lost
shit.
one game. They've lost one. Hey, I get it. You're right. But everybody knows it. It's all good. As long as they win by one, that's all I give a shit about.
I completely I agree, but I ain't talking wins and losses. I'm talking can they cover? And I'm telling you right now, UT cannot.
Sprinkle a little money line on there. Yeah.
Don't
You
be
sprinkling that crack on that blunt is what you doing.
Don't be surprised, Ryan. I'm just letting you know, brother.
Oh,
Don't be disappointed.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Nothing surprises me with that.
Is this at State?
At Iowa State.
At night.
Oh, y'all are fucked. Y'all are done. Y'all are done. I'm telling you right now. I'm hammering. I am hammering UT money line, dude. I'm betting my life.
UT money line good.
Oh no,
UT.
no, sorry. No,
UT money line.
State.
Yeah.
No,
it's going to be a game. I'm worried, but you know,
this is a must-win game for Texas. They got something to play for. They're coming out, handling business.
They win. They're in the Big 12 championship.
Playoffs.
I don't care about the playoff.
If they win out and go win the Big 12
Just
championship,
go to the Big 12. All that shit will take care of itself if they fucking win the Big 12. Either they will or they won't.
And they will. The Big 12 championship winner, if they win the Big 12 championship, they win 3 games in a row, they're going to the college football playoff.
And this is the game that is either going to allow them to be in the Big 12 championship or not. So, because Texas can win this game, Kobe, and they're automatically in, even if they lose to Tech at home next week. So,
I love it. You don't think the Texas players don't know that? Of course they know that, and they're fucking sweating their balls off, scared about this game because
they let them drop to the floor, motherfucker.
They know.
Let them hang is what Big Boy said.
Out what some 5 stars can
they're
do.
How about that? Shit.
They're gonna let them hang. They're gonna go take care of business. Next pick, Cope. Bag pick on you. You missed this one. Next pick. Go ahead.
Go Cavaliers.
How can you say it's a bad pick when it's Thursday? We literally haven't even.
I got 2 things to run down right here, Cope. 2 things to run down. They're rolling Iowa State this weekend, bud.
All right, buddy.
We'll see about that.
Quinn Ewers under in passing yards. Lock of I literally haven't even seen the line. Lock of the century.
Oh, stop.
No, but seriously, y'all do know your boy Arch is probably going to transfer, right?
He ain't going nowhere.
Listen, you need to watch. Listen, you need to watch Tuesday's episode of The Edge because I had a thing with you.
That's why I'm bringing this up.
Listen, and you said the same shit when Arch came and committed to Texas. You said there's no way he commits to Texas over Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Ole Miss, LSU.
What does that have to do with it?
Because it's the same people who said that. It's the same people who said that they're saying, "Oh, he's going to transfer now because Quinn's going to come back." Bullshit.
You think the first call they didn't make was to the fucking Manning camp before this came out?
Crazy.
You think that was the first call?
Bro, he's going to be just fine being a number 2 next year.
Look, you need to go pro.
Yeah.
If it was
I got one question. Do you honestly God think that he's not a little pissed that they chose Malik and they didn't play him? Do you honestly think he's
No.
not pissed?
because Arch
His
wanted to
plan was the red shirt the whole time.
he wanted the red shirt.
Could he not?
They came into the season knowing he was red shirt.
Listen, Arch
Don't
wants to
be
get out on the
surprised.
listen. Arch and his parents want him to be on the field when he's 100% ready to go. That he's going to come out first game and ball and not have to deal with any hate. And that's what's going to happen now.
Now,
Is he's going to be number 2 next year?
now
and then
Malik Murphy, he's probably gone.
Hold on. So you're telling me next year Arch Manning is going to be okay with being a backup?
Where else is he going to go to start? He's not going to go to Georgia. And
Anywhere where he can fucking play. What are you talking about? There's no way that kid was.
Listen, if he
That kid
cared
was
that
such
much
a
about
highly
starting,
touted prospect. There's no way
then
he
would
sits another year.
He would have gone anywhere else to play his freshman year then, because
Dude,
if he went to
listen.
if he went to Bama or Georgia, he still would not be playing next year.
Well, why does he have to go to Bama or Georgia?
Because that's
He
where he
could go
almost went to out of high school.
If the kid goes to LSU next year,
He won't start at LSU.
He's starting next year.
That's
Yes,
the
he
thing.
will.
All those schools have their own dogs. Like, he's not going to go in and start.
Jaden Daniels is gone, and you're telling me that kid can't. I don't even know who else they have at QB. That kid can beat them out. I guarantee it. So
how do we know? He's never taken a snap in college football.
For you to be so delusional and to say that he's gonna be okay with being he was
like the rest of them fucking dipshits.
A 5-star prospect. He's Peyton Manning's fucking nephew.
Listen,
all this hype, all this stuff.
You're
saying that he's not going to play for his first 2 years. That is
his grandpa came out and said last week.
Hopeful bullshit.
That
is such UT hopeful.
Bullshit. We'll see when it happens. We'll see when it happens.
Listen, his grandpa last week came out and said,
like I said, you don't think
he wants it to be just like Eli. Yeah, he wants it to be just like Eli and Peyton. They redshirt freshman year, redshirt freshman next season, number 2, then start as a junior, and he will do that and take the SEC on storm, go undefeated, and win that.
Did as a sophomore, I think that guy got hurt.
So is this saying Quinn is gonna stay?
Yes.
Quinn's staying unless he goes and balls these next 4 games and puts up 350 every game, then yeah.
But you also got to think Quinn has gotten hurt 2 years in a row. So he's missed games 2 years in a row.
Arch is going to get PT next year, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you this then. You don't think that next year in camp there's going to be an open competition, and you really don't think Arch can beat Quinn out?
I don't know.
I've
never seen the practice. I don't get to go to practice.
Listen, you're crazy. You're crazy if you would take redshirt freshman Arch Manning, who's never taken one snap at the college level, over third-year experience Quinn Ewers in your first season in the SEC. You're insane.
I'm not saying I would, but listen, for next year that kid is going to come back way better. I don't care how bad or how I've heard for y'all in the spring game. I heard he went off. I heard he's fast. He can run.
So did Malik. Malik went off in the spring game too. Right? Okay.
Well,
Malik did the same thing.
That kid is Peyton Manning's damn nephew. He's going to come back next year and try to win that job
and that's fine.
He should. He should try to come and win the job. Well, that's what he's there for.
It's not going to happen.
And if he does, awesome. Don't be shocked if he transfers.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Y'all know it's true.
No,
he ain't going nowhere.
I'll tell you right now.
His last lock was Virginia. By the way, people.
Yeah,
I will tell you right. NCAA football, 13. Is it 13? 13. I still play it.
14, but yeah.
14, okay? I still play it. I have a dynasty with University of Louisiana Monroe. After the first year, Arch Manning transferred to my school.
Yes.
I'm calling it right now. Arch to ULM. Watch. I'm calling it.
Okay. We appreciate you coming on.
Bet on that. You make $1 million.
Coming up next, we got our guest picker, Coach Creek.
Hey guys, tonight we got a special guest. Got the head coach of the baseball team for Liberty Hill High School, my buddy, Brandon Creek. Just a little background about him. He was ASC Player of the Year in 2001, Series MVP and champion 2001, Shriner Hall of Honor, and the 25-5A Coach of the Year, Brandon Creek.
Hell yeah.
What's up, fellas?
How we
How's it
doing?
going?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to be here.
Good.
Glad you can join us for a little interview. We're going to start that off first and then get your picks later on with some NFL and college football. So, but we'll go ahead and get going right now with this interview. And I'll start it off and then we'll kind of just fire away and let it go from there. But first question, what is the biggest difference in the game now, football, baseball, from when you were in high school compared to now?
Man, the biggest difference to me would probably be these dang athletes nowadays. They get after it, bigger, stronger, faster. I know all us old people don't like to hear that, but these times are changing. These cats get after it these days, man, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I think we were a lot tougher back in the day, but
Hell yeah.
these kids are legit, man. They get after it. Real athletic.
Yeah. Now we mentioned football, and you know you're a head baseball coach. What's the biggest difference between coaching baseball and football? You know, besides the sport, and which one is more difficult in your opinion to coach?
Man, they're real similar. You know, you gotta build relationships with all the kids. Doesn't matter what you're coaching, man. It's all about the relationships and getting them to trust you. It doesn't matter what you know, man. It matters how they feel about you and how you get things across. But man, I'm biased. I love coaching football. You know me, Millette, man. I'm all in on football, all in on baseball, and I love doing them both. They're both definitely different. Sometimes they're a little bit different kid, but it's all about learning each individual and finding a way to get through to them. But man, I love them both.
Sure. Listen, so being a coach, they say, you're with your second family, that's how many hours you put in. And so would you say, is it worth all the hours that you put in being a teacher, coach? And I assume the answer is yes, because you're still doing it. So, but what makes it worth it?
Man, 21 years in, so obviously it's worth it. But it also, it's hard, man. You miss a lot of time with your own family, which is rough. I was lucky both my kids played sports, so they were always around the field house, out at the field. I got to coach both of them growing up and got to coach both in high school, which is, some of the best times of my life. But, the kids you coach and the coaches you coach with are definitely your second family, and you spend a lot of time with them. So, it's important that you're at a good place with good people. And, I'm blessed to be there now at Liberty Hill and be with a bunch of great people. And, it definitely makes your time spent well worth it, but it's hard. It's hard on a family. So I have to give props to all the spouses out there, coaches. They're the true goats, no doubt about it, man. They hold it down for us.
There you go.
Nice. Nice. Speaking of that, how's the team looking this year? We're going to defend the district championship or what?
We going after it, man. There's no goal but to be great. So we got a lot of holes to fill, man. We lost some dudes that were really special players, but we have some young guys that are gonna have to step up and go out and compete. And all we talk about is being great at competing. So that's what we're gonna go try to do and give everybody our best shot.
Nice.
Of course, it's all you can do at the end of the day. But the last 3 interviews we've had before you, we had the opportunity to interview 3 current football players, played at Round Rock, but they currently play in college now. We asked them this question. We're going to ask you it too as a coach. What is kind of your typical game day routine and like superstitions? We know baseball is big superstition. What are some of those that you got?
Man, baseball for sure. Football, I try to stay laid back, sit back and relax, and just try to enjoy the day. Once the the kickoff starts, everything will be rolling. So just try to stay relaxed. You know, baseball, I try to do the same thing. I try not to change too much. You know, I feel if you compete every day and practice, take every day of practice like a game, then it's not really any different, man. You show up and get after it and just lay it on the line. If you do that every day, nothing changes.
I know his superstition. He wears his Jordans. That's what he does.
Definitely got to wear the J's on game day. Got to have the J's on game day.
There you go. So we got some high school guys watching this. What advice would you give any high school player for any sport, in that matter, if they want to go play at the next level?
Man, be all in. You know, be great at everything you do. It can't just be sports. You know, you got to try to be great in the classroom. Be great at home, man. And you know, I talk to our kids all the time. They laugh at me when I say it, but I tell them if you're going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man, make the best damn sandwich in the world. Be great at everything. You know, so if you strive for greatness in all that you do, sports will take care of itself. You know, if all you do is try to turn it on game day, it's not going to work out, man. There's too many great players out there these days for kids not to be all in. You got to be bought in and go after everything you do.
No doubt. Got to. Well, speaking of that, for people who don't know that are watching this, Coach Creek before at Liberty Hill was at Stony Point and
That's right.
Round Rocks District. So what was it like being the little brother to me and old Round Rock High School in your time there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, my boy's throwing haymakers like Tyson.
Gosh, hit him with that one's crazy.
Man, I love my time at Stony Point. You know, a lot of the guys that I coach, man, y'all are close. Man, had a lot of great kids over there, a lot of special times, man. But no doubt, man, Round Rock's been a powerhouse on the diamond for a long time. So it was tough, but you know what? I can say our guys showed up and, you know, they competed and I was really proud of those times at Stony Point, man. We had some great kids and did some good things, man. Made some runs in the playoffs, which were a lot of fun. And,
no doubt,
you know, playing you guys definitely made us better, man. Nothing better than playing great competition. Nothing better.
For sure.
You know, we've known each other for a long time. We go back, man. We're best friends. And
yeah.
You know, for these younger people, what advice you had a lot of success in college and you know, after college with coaching, what advice would you give your younger self if you could go back and talk to little brain, little knucklehead? Yeah.
You know, the advice I try to give the kids today, man, be all, you know, there's times I think I could have put a little more time into my game and worked a little bit harder. And, you know, the thing I can do now as a coach is try to stress that to the kids so they don't look back in 20 years and say, you know what if I would have done this? But other than that, man, I don't have a lot of regrets. You know me, man, I was going to strap them up and go give it everything I had. So just do that, man. Be all in, give everything you got, and just flat out love to compete and always believe in yourself. Always believe in you.
Definitely.
No doubt. Well, we got one more question for you before we get over to these picks. So kind of wrap it up. It can be a little two-parter. Kind of tell us and everyone watching what your favorite memory was playing in college, and then what your favorite memory so far has been as a coach in your career.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. You know, a lot of great memories from college, man. Just being around the guys. You know, you build so many great relationships with people that I'm still really good friends with. But I'd say it'd have to be winning conference. You know, when we weren't picked at the highest level in our conference the year we won it, but you know, we had a bunch of scrappy guys that just competed. So that I'd say the season we won conference was pretty special and a lot of fun. Man, as a coach, you know, I've had a lot of great memories, a lot of fun times with a lot of cats. But I'd have to say coaching my kids, man, has been the most special part about it. It's a special time. There's a lot of headaches that go along with it. Don't get me wrong, but all the great times and watching them develop and grow to great young men and being out there with them was definitely the best.
Yeah. And his son is at Blinn Junior College right now as a
Let's
freshman.
go. Yeah,
He's enjoying it.
Just so happens to be full circle back.
that's right.
Who my head coach was for 3 years at Grayson.
Hart.
Now his
Yep.
head coach at Blinn. So good luck
That's
to those
crazy.
dudes this year. They had a year last year, so I'm sure
Yeah,
sure they'll be right there again. But with that being said, that's the interview portion. Now on to these picks. So with the picks, we've told everyone who's come on each week, if you have the best record, you get to come on for a full podcast at the end of the year. So that's your initiative. But I will say the current records are pretty high. We got a NCAA record at 12-3, and then a NFL record at 11-4. So
telling you, they better take them to heart and back up that Brinks truck like A&M did for Coach.
Yeah.
no doubt. But with that being said, we'll start right off with the college picks that should be coming up for you. And we'll start off with the Texas -7.5 versus Iowa State, and then we'll just work our way down.
That'll work, man. Got to roll with Texas on that one. Iowa State's talking already, man, and I think Texas has something to prove this year. So rolling with Texas.
All right. Like it. We got Michigan -19 versus Maryland.
Man, Harbaugh will be on his headset from his apartment. They're going to take care of business. I'm rolling with Michigan.
Like it. We'll see. We'll see how much Harbaugh missing out affects them against Ohio State. We talked about that earlier, but
I hear that.
all right. Then the next one, we got a kind of an interesting line here. You got Louisville -1 against Miami.
Yeah, the boys in Miami are struggling. Got to roll with Louisville. I think they're going to take care of business.
All right. Then we got Oklahoma -24.5 against BYU.
Man, it's just hard to even say this, but got to roll with Oklahoma, man. I think they're gonna run away with this one.
Oh,
That's a
I
nice.
know, I feel you. That's tough to say.
That
It hurts.
That's a nice 10 a.m. kickoff too. So that's an interesting one up there. But following that one, we got Tulane -9.5 versus FAU.
Man, I think Tulane's gonna win it, but I'm rolling with FAU to cover on that one. I think they'll keep it close.
Old Tom Herman.
Yeah, old Tom Herman, keep it close.
All right. Then we got Utah +1 against Arizona.
Not gonna lie, I love the way Utah plays, man. They get after it, but Arizona's getting hot. They're getting hot. I'm rolling with Arizona.
All
Offense
right.
is rolling.
Yeah, they are. They sure are. All right, then we got Illinois +3 at Iowa.
Going with Iowa. I think Iowa's going to take care of business there.
What kind of hat you got on over there, big boy?
Man, that's our Liberty Hill hat. Yeah, I see you.
We're on mute, big boy. What are you saying, bro?
I said I had to put on my Liberty Hill hat.
Oh, there you go.
I had to be part of the team here, man. It's not Kansas State. Don't worry.
I was gonna say, Creek's hat is a little bit better than that one.
He got that new shipment. He's gonna have to give me one of those.
It's all coming.
No doubt. All right. Next, we got Georgia -10 versus Tennessee.
Georgia's getting hot, man. They're still number one for a reason. Going Georgia.
All right. Then we got North Carolina and old Mac Brown +6.5 against Clemson.
I love some Mac, man. Love some Mac. See the old Westlake quarterbacks getting it rolling over at Clemson, but I'm rolling with North Carolina to cover.
Mac Brown, rolling with Mac.
Yes, sir.
All right. We got UCLA +7 against USC.
I'm gonna roll with USC, man. I think he'll go home and watch some TV and cuddle with his dog and a little better feeling after this one. So USC.
Well, and it for sure will not be Chip Kelly either, because I don't know how you can announce you're already going to fire a coach and still let him
without
play.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and let him coach this game at the come on. It's insane. But
no doubt.
All right, then we got Oklahoma State -7 against Houston.
Man, that's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State right there.
Hopefully for the Big 12 hopes and standings, hopefully Oklahoma State does win that game.
Gosh,
Yeah,
the Big 12 is
no
just a
doubt.
mess.
Big time.
All right, and sticking it in the Big 12, we got Kansas State -7.5 versus Kansas.
Man, I gotta roll with my boy H-Town Hunter Luke. He's a Kansas Jayhawk, baby. I'm rolling with the Jayhawks.
All right, KU. All right, next we got probably the weirdest line of the weekend here. Washington
Yep.
+2.5 versus Oregon State.
Crazy line when I saw it too, but man, I'm pulling for it. Hook them up, hook the Longhorns up. Let's go, Oregon State.
Yep.
It's going to happen this week.
Let's
right
go.
There. That's a lock right
Let's
there.
go.
That can be the first domino that they need. So,
Yeah.
all right, then we got Florida +11.5 versus Missouri.
Man, I don't know what happened to the Gators, man. I watched that show on TV. It was legit. They definitely not there. I'm rolling with Missouri.
That is definitely true. And a bunch of their dudes are flipping commitments already.
Yeah.
Texas just stole one from them
I'm telling you.
last
Yes,
week.
sir.
So, all right, last college game, we got Kentucky -1.5 versus South Carolina.
Man, they battled some injuries, but I like the way Kentucky plays, man. I'm rolling with Kentucky on that one.
All right, that is the college picks, and we'll just go ahead and roll right over into these NFL ones for you. I know the first game is currently going on. Who'd you have in that one? Bengals
Who's
plus
playing right
3.5. Bengals plus
Oh.
3.5.
I roll with the Ravens on that one. I hope it's holding up right now.
Yeah, they're up 14-10.
And Joe Burrow is probably not playing the rest of the game. He got hurt. So
There we go.
Really?
yeah.
His
Man,
wrist.
you watching that? I know you, man. You switched that
Any
up.
football on. I'm home with the wife finally, and we just been hanging out.
I got you.
But sticking with that, we got the Steelers -1 against the Browns.
Man, I got to go with the Steelers on that one. I think they're going to take care of the Browns.
All right. And we got the Cardinals +5 against the Texans.
Texans are hot, man. They're playing well. That quarterback's balling, but I got to go with the Cardinals. I think they're going to cover, man. I think they keep it within at least a field goal.
Wow.
Kyler Murray
back.
Never know. But next we got the Titans +7 against the Jags.
Man, got to roll with the Titans. You know, I think they're coming off a rough one. They're going to bounce back. Grable always get them boy playing hard, so I'm rolling with the Titans on this one.
There it is. All right, then we got the new Raiders +13.5 versus the Dolphins.
Coach doing a good job with the Raiders. You know, he got them believing, smoking some good cigars in the locker room after the game. So I like it. But, man, I think they ain't played the Dolphins yet. I'm rolling with the Dolphins, at least 3 scores.
All right. 3 scores there. Big boy was on the Raiders, by the way. So that's why he had that reaction.
I could see it. He got him playing with heart. He got him playing with heart.
All right. And then real quick, I don't think I know. Who's your NFL team? Is it the Cowboys?
It's the Titans. It's the
Oh,
Titans.
the Titans. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah, they
All
cried
right.
when the Oilers left. You should have seen him and his brother.
Left, I jumped ship and went with them.
That's funny. All right. Well, big boys team here. We got the Cowboys -10.5 versus the Panthers.
Man, it's like the Cowboys playing a high school, but yeah, we're gonna go with my Les boys. We're gonna roll with the Cowboys.
There you
They're
go.
playing pretty good right now.
See, and I picked your Titans too, so we're
There
good.
we go.
Man.
There we go.
All right. Then we got the Bears +8 versus the Lions.
Man, that's a tough one for me. Boy, with the Lions, he's got them boys competing. They believe. But I don't know, man. I think the Bears keep it within a touchdown. I'm going with the Bears.
All right. Bears it is. Next game, we got the Chargers -3 versus the Packers.
Brett Favre coming back.
They need them. Or Aaron Rodgers on one leg.
Right? I'm going to roll with the Chargers, man. I think they can win it by more than 3. Chargers.
Chargers it is. See if they're maybe Bill Belichick's future team there. So we'll see about that. Hey, that'd be a good spot. I think you can go down there, let Justin Herbert ball, and let Bill call the defense. Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, he can get them rolling.
All right, next one we got the Giants +8.5 versus the Commanders.
We on the NFL?
Yeah, or high school.
I'm just kidding.
High school level. High school level.
I'm taking the Commanders, man. That's for Coach Garcia. Sorry, man. The Giants are bad.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I think your Liberty Hill quarterback could go and play for the Giants and at least run that nice offense y'all run over there.
Yeah, fake the trap and keep it. Roll out. Let's go.
Exactly. All right, and we got the Bucks +11.5 versus the 49ers.
That's a tough one too, man. 49ers are legit. They've been struggling a little bit, but I think 49ers win, but I think the Bucks cover. I'm gonna roll with the Bucks.
All right. Then we got the Jets +7 versus the Bills.
The Jets got that receiver from Lake Travis. He's a baller, Gary Wilson, but I'm rolling with the Bills. Going with the Bills.
For the Bills' sake, and we talked about it earlier, for their town's sake and fan base, they better not lose that game.
They better not lose that one.
If they lose that, it may be all hell breaks loose on that team.
You can't win much football games and you can't even hand the ball off. So
yeah.
But all right, we got the Seahawks -1 against the Rams.
Man, go roll with Seahawks right there. I think they'll cover.
All right, then we got our Sunday night action. The Minnesota Vikings, Josh Dobbs +2.5 versus the Broncos. And real quick before you answer, be careful on your answer because Big Boy is a hater of one of these teams and their quarterback right now. Just so you're aware.
I probably know where it's going, but Dobbs is playing good, man. It's good. He's doing well. But I got to roll with the Broncos. I got to go with the Broncos.
Yeah. Because that kid, his little magic, there's a reason he's been on 6 teams in 3 years. It ain't good, you know.
I hear you.
Yep. All right, then we got the Monday night action. Finally, prime time. Good game. We got the Eagles +3 against the Chiefs.
Man, that's a good one. This is for my boy Coach Bridges over at Liberty Hill. The old tush push. But I'm rolling with the Chiefs, man. They're not gonna be able to cover a tight end.
Like it. And tight end's probably gonna ball. Just saying. Inside sources are saying he's gonna go off. So
gonna go get it.
So,
but
you were talking earlier about football. So y'all got a big playoff game tomorrow, right?
Big game tomorrow, man. Round two. Round 2 will be down in San Antonio, 7:00. Playing Sherryland Pioneer. We're gonna try to roll down there and take care of business, man. Nothing better than practicing football on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel like a college coach. You ain't got to teach a class. Just practice and watch film.
What position you coach there?
I work with the secondary, man. I help our secondary coaches out, and we're gonna try to get a couple picks tomorrow. Maybe take 1 or 2 to the house.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, y'all don't need it with that offense, though. That no one can stop the offense.
I'm telling you, when I showed up, I've been OC before, but always ran the spread offense and did that stuff, and I was like, man, what is going on here? But I tell you what, it's pretty fun to watch, man. Our kids, they run it really well. Our coaches do a great job with it, and man, it hits fast. Sometimes I'm up there in the booth watching. I go, who has the ball, man? So I can only imagine playing linebacker or something.
No doubt. It's definitely offense that, it's like you said, very hard to stop and
Yeah.
very hard to see what's going on, man. It's quick. They just run
It's
up to that
quick.
line.
That's what makes it hard. It's
Yeah.
fast. Fast.
Yeah.
It's the same offense as any offense. They run the same plays, trap, all that stuff. But it's under center. It hits. We line up, we move. So it's football's football. But they don't get to see it very often. So it's hard to plan for in 3 days.
Yeah,
No doubt.
definitely.
Yeah.
Man, we really appreciate your time. You're my boy. We wish you all the luck tomorrow and the rest of the
Appreciate
season,
it.
baseball season. And little Brandon up there in Blinn.
Yeah.
We're definitely
Yeah.
rooting for him. We're gonna catch some games this year, man.
Got to.
Yeah, man. Look forward to seeing y'all out at the field, man. Happy for you guys. Appreciate y'all having me out, man.
All right,
Yeah, we
appreciate
really
it.
appreciate it, man. We had a great time.
Appreciate you coming
Thank
on,
y'all,
man.
man. We'll see y'all soon.
Give me one
Y'all
of
keep
those
getting after it.
pullovers, man. I need
Man,
one of
I'm
those
gonna
pullovers.
take care of you, man. Take care of my
All
dog.
right.
There you go.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
All right,
Have a
man.
good Thanksgiving.
Y'all too, man. We'll see y'all. Good to see
For
you.
sure.
Yes,
See
sir.
you
You too.
later.
All right.
That
That was
man.
Coach Creek.
Good.
Big
My
boys
boy.
guy right there. Big boys man.
Yeah, man.
Little-
We're best friends in high school, and we remain best friends till this day, man. That's my dude right there. He's a smart guy. Raised two great kids. Has a great wife, man. He really does. He's the definition of a family man, and I really salute him and really appreciate him coming on.
For
But
sure.
like you
And
said, I mean, it's the second family when you're coaching, man. You're away from
Yeah.
your real family a lot. So
Yeah.
it's respect right there for sure.
Definitely.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that was our interview of the week. Also, of course, the picks. So wish his picks the best of luck coming into the weekend. But before we close it out, got any last things going into the weekend? Got anything?
Horns, man.
What about
Horn show up.
little score prediction real quick before we close it out for the UT Iowa State game? What do you got?
I think both defenses are going to come out and play well. I'm going to go 28-17. 28-17 Texas.
35-24 Texas.
Okay. Well, I was going to say 35 as well. So I'll say 38. Give Bert Auburn a field goal there.
Get old Auburn a field goal. Yeah.
I mean, I would love nothing more for him to finally hit 40.
I'd like it to be 56-7 and just stomp these motherfuckers
I hope
out.
so. If they
Yeah.
play 4 quarters, it's very possible, but we'll see.
I'll say 38. I just don't see their offense being able to like truly score unless
That's what I'm saying.
unless UT's offense really screws it up. I'm gonna go 38-21 with one of those touchdowns being a short yardage situation.
I think our defense comes out and plays again, especially up front. They've been playing freaking lights out up front. So
hope so. We'll tune it in. We appreciate everyone tuning in for this week. All the new subscribers, new fans, keep showing the love. We're enjoying it, man. We got some good things coming in the future. Stay tuned for Tuesday's episode of Tuesdays on the Edge as we recap what happens this coming weekend and what new dudes are going to be on the edge.
Go back and watch that video. That video was a lot of fun to make. That video is cool. So if y'all haven't seen that, go out and watch that one.
Yep, it was a good one. But that's all the time we have today on the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. As always, joined by Coops, just insane takes and love for the horns, making them go viral. And big boys sometimes love and hate for the horns, but we appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you had some laughs, but we appreciate y'all coming in. Don't forget, keep subscribing, ring that bell, tell your friends.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, and remember, it's not about who wins the game. It's about how much money you got on the game, boys. So with that heading into the weekend, good luck. Thanks for